Welcome to this class. In this video, we are going to discuss about difference between fats and oils. Right? If you ask anybody, "Oh, how can you differentiate between fats and oils?" Most of the people will tell fats will be solid, whereas oils will be liquid. Right? So this is how they will tell. But the problem is, if you see coconut oil, right? Coconut oil is there, right? So if you see it in summer, it will be liquid, whereas in winter it will be solid. Then whether it is oil or fat, how will you distinguish? So we never distinguish on these physical properties, right? Because see, in winter the same coconut oil becomes solid, so we can't tell it is a fat, right? So how to distinguish then? So we can distinguish this fat and oils based on percentage of saturated acid. For example, let me tell you. So see here, fats as well as oils both have this structure only, same structure, CH2O COR, right? Same structure they will be having, right? How we will distinguish fats and oil is, if I write it this acid group, fatty acid group clearly, then you will understand. For example, see here, let me take this example, CH2O CO. Here instead of R, let me write like this, right? And here I have CHO CO, like this, and again CH2O CO, like this, right? So this will be fat, it won't be oil. It is not a oil, but it is a fat. Whereas if I take one more example along with this only, you will see CH2O CO, right? So this structure what I am making, right? So these wavy arrows, these are nothing but like CH2 groups, CH2 lastly it will comes CH3, like that you should understand, right? So wavy arrows I have shown it, right? So I was taking this example, let me take it CHO CO, but this time you see, right? Here hydrogen, here hydrogen, here I have made cis unsaturation, right? Cis unsaturation. So here if I see this acid, this is, if I cleave this I will get fatty acid, right? So this is cis unsaturated fatty acid, right? So here I have glycerol, again I will make like this. For example, see here, right? So this is cis. So if you see, this is not a fat, it is not a fat, but it is a oil. It is not a fat, but it is a oil. So how will you distinguish? So the see, the both example, one side I have given you fat example, one side I have given you the oil example. Then how we can distinguish? So you will tell, sir, fat means it will be having acid groups. So these all are acid, three acid groups will be there, right? So all these acid groups are saturated, right? So it means the percentage of saturated fatty acid will be more in fats, whereas here unsaturation will be more in oils. So here one unsaturation, here unsaturation, but this fatty acid is doesn't having any unsaturation, but here unsaturation is there, right? So these oils will be having more percentage of unsaturation. So here unsaturation is not at all there, so it is having like saturation is there, right? So most of the thing it will be like, see here, O CH2, CH and CH2. So because of this regular structure like this, they are these fats, I am talking about fats, right? So these have regular structure, because of which they will form a good crystal. they will combine and form a good crystal, because all are linear, regular shape. So small size they will take, so they will form this regular structure, that is a good crystal they will form, because of which if you see their melting point, they will be having higher. Whereas in oils, see, because of this unsaturation, if there are more number of molecules, there will be irregular, right? Since they are irregular, their melting point or boiling point, if you see, they it will be less compared to fats. So most of the times people will tell fats, since they are having saturated, so regular structure, so high melting point they will be having. So most of the cases you will see these are solid, most of the cases, but we have exceptions also, but most of the times it will be solid because of this saturations here. So because of this linear structure, they will be regular structure, so they can form a good crystal, because of which it will be very saturated, regular pattern will be there, right? So because of regular pattern, higher melting point, so they will be solid. Whereas these oils, irregular pattern, I have told you, irregular pattern, because of this irregular pattern, their melting point boiling point will be less, so they will be, most of the times they will be liquid, right? But I had told you we can't tell us based on solid or liquid, but here I gave you the reason why fats are solid, because they are saturated, so regular pattern will be there, whereas oils will be having unsaturation. These are nothing but unsaturation. Because of unsaturation, they are irregular, so melting point will be less, so these will be liquid, right? This is how we can distinguish between fats and oils, right? I hope you understood it, right? So once we understand, so what all the things we discussed, let me summarize here. So in first class I told about fats and oils, and I told you how to distinguish between these fats and oils. In this video I told you how to distinguish between fats and oils, but in previous video I told you these fats and fatty acid both are different, right? I have told you, right? So from fat, if I do acidic hydrolysis, I'll get this fatty acid. So to this fatty acid, if I add glycerol, I'll get this fats. So this also I have told. So so what all the things we have studied, and everything, I hope you remember it all, right? So once we know that, let us see how we extract these oils and fats from animals, right? I have told these fats as well as these oils are present in animals and plants, right? In animals, these are present in below the skin, and also it is present in muscles, right? Whereas in plants, what it happens in plants, the oil and the fats will be stored in seeds. Then how will we extract? What we do, we take this skin and these muscles from animals, then we chop it. Chop means we cut into small pieces, right? Chopping we call, we, by chopping and rendering means like mixture we add and we render, right? So that is how we will extract these oils and fats from animals. Whereas in case of these seeds, that is plants, what we do, we crushing we do, means we take this this is our seeds, we have seeds, and here I have machine like that, and I will add pressure here. Just I'll add pressure, so that I will crush it, so such that oils and fat should come out. That is how we will do, right? So here we do crushing in case of plants. Then once we found that, we will get oil as well as fat from here also. From this method also I'll get oils and fats. Once we get this oils and fats, right, then what we do, we add this oils and fat in this, there will be water and some impurities will be there. So water, along with that oil is there, let us assume. So I have this mixture, then we do solvent extraction, right? So solvent extraction, what is the solvent extraction? So there will be apparatus, but in lab how we will do, like this it will be solvent extraction. neatly. If I want to draw, let me draw it here like this, right? So there will be like this. In lab it is, right, not in industry, right? What we do here, I will take this mixture which contain oil, water, right? Oil and water. So we know that, what we know, oil is non-polar, so it is soluble in organic solvent, whereas water is polar, so it is insoluble in organic solvent, insoluble in organic solvent. So to this I will add benzene which is non-polar. So here I have benzene, and I will close the mouth, right? I will close the mouth of it, right? Then I will shake it so that all this oil comes into this benzene, right? And again these things, water will remain in aqueous phase. Since water density is more, it will comes below, and this oil in benzene will go above. That I can remove and I can leave it, right? And from that benzene, then we have benzene which contain oil, that can be separated by, if I had used benzene, like or any organic compound which are having lower boiling point, that we can extract by just keeping it at a water bath, that will be goes off, and I will get oil remains in the our uh, apparatus, right? So this is how we can separate. So solvent extraction we do, right? So solvent extraction, once we do, we will get this oil here. So once we get this oil, the last step is refining. Refining means purification, how we purify that oil. What we do here, we take this a first, during this step, this above chopping is there. So many step we did, right? Chopping, rendering, and crushing. Sometimes what happens, these fats will be broken down into fatty acid plus these what I can call glycerol. No doubt glycerol is neutral, but this fatty acid means it is acidic, right? So this happens because in chopping and rendering, we won't only chop, we won't only rend. Just what we do, we add some higher temperature, so many things we do. So there can be possibility of breaking these oils or fats into fatty acid and glycerol. So there will be impurity. Refining means there will be fatty acids and glycerol, right? So we should neutralize them. For first thing is, in refining we neutralize it, because fatty acid will be there, so we add some base, so it becomes neutral. So this is how we neutralize. Then what we do, if I have fat and oils, they will be colored because of so many things, so we add this animal charcoal, right? So this animal charcoal, it will take all the color impurity from fats and oils, right? And the third step, what we can do, if it is having that fats and oils are having smell, we have to remove that. So what we do, here it will be having smell, we pass some like, see here, let me tell you, superheated steam we pass. Superheated steam. So what it will do, the superheated steam takes away the smell, odor, and I will get a uh, odorless, pure my fats and oils. This is how. So neutralization we do, and charcoal treatment, animal charcoal, so that to remove color, so that, because in physical property we have seen that both fats and oils will be having colorless, odorless, and one more thing, what it is, colorless, odorless. Order means smell, color means not a color, right? So they will be like this, right? So one more point I had told, it is tasteless. Sorry, let me write here, tasteless, right? So these things, so we do all this refining process, right? So this is how we extract fats and oils, right? So in next class, let us see about chemical properties of fats and oils. Till then, take care and have a great day.